everybody, it's Christine with Cocoa Daisy, and I am going to share with you the stamp sets for the Wander collection, which is our June collection. And there is also a stamp set that I'm going to show you that is part of our special edition travel kit. So if you pre-ordered that, you'll be getting this beautiful 4x6 stamp set. So I thought I would include that in what I'm demonstrating today as well. So otherwise, for the regular June collection, we have this stamp set, which is in the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit. And then we have this Alpha stamp set. And this is a huge special bonus that you are getting in your Modern Memory Keeping Kit for June. It is a full Alpha. It is a 4x6 stamp set. We normally do not do these, so this is a big bonus with the Modern Memory Keeping Kit this month. If you look throughout the collection, you'll see there's a number of instances where the font we used was this outline font, and I loved it so much I had to have it in an Alpha. So that is why we did that. So it's a special bonus this month, and I hope that you like it. So I'm going to start with the stamp set. Oh, and I should mention, if you subscribe to the stamp subscription, you will get both of these stamps. However, we've cut off the stamp subscriptions for right now because this is a much larger one. So any remaining, if you do not subscribe to it, the stamp subscription is closed now for June. If we have any extras, these stamps will be listed separately because this is just too large for me to include in a bundle for regular sale. So they will be listed separately. So be looking for those. If you are a subscriber early ordering, you can snag one. If there are any left after subscriber early ordering, just check that out on the 1st of the month. So this one, like I said, we're going to start with the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit. And starting with June, we go back to our normal setup, which is just whatever works with that month. We had been doing a series. I am looking into having an extra stamp set made that we will put in the store that will have all of the months. So be watching for that. If you missed out on any months during our year-long series, we'll have that in the store. Probably be a couple months yet before that shows up. So one of the things I wanted to mention, let's go over the colors. So we have the black VersaFine, and these Stamp Market stamps should be in the store unless they've sold out, but we do carry these. I have Golden, I have Dijon, Leafy, Rusty, Pacific, and then Navy, which I don't know if we have that in the store, but this month for June, there is a Navy, a small ink cube of the Stamp Market Navy in the Modern Memory Keeping Kit as well. So you'll get that automatically. And then I like this Summer Sky by Memento. The other thing I wanted to mention is we will have some of our date stamps listed in the store with the June collection. So if you don't have one of these, we had them in a kit a while back. But if you missed out on that, if you don't have one, you can pick one up. We will have those listed with the June collection as well. And that is what I used in a couple of spots on here. So one of the things that I absolutely love about this, and it goes along with the theme that we have throughout all of the artwork, are these kind of like, passport stamps. And so right off the bat, one of the easiest things that you could do is just to layer all of those together and create a really fun collage, background, whatever you want to do. You can make it as colorful as you want, but it kind of gives you that whole feel. And then you have this little ticket here, which I thought was really, really fun to layer. So I've done it in a couple of different ways. And I stamped the date stamp across there as well. So here I added the little palm tree, the Let's Get Away, and I used this, the little airplane, trying to think of the word. There's a word for that, and I can't think of it. But you can use that as just kind of a little detail. I used it actually quite a bit. I think it's a really fun stamp to use. And then, so we did those two. And then I did this one where I layered, again, another one of those little passport stamps behind it. And I did the Let's Get Away through the middle of it. And then over here, I used it with the Let's Get Away, the little postal stamp there, or passport stamp, and then the luggage. So there's a couple of different ways you can use that. The other thing I like about a lot of these lend themselves to being cut out and used as die cuts. So this one, you could almost cut that out, fold it in half, and use it as a tab shape. It lends itself to that. These you can totally cut out and use as die cuts also. So you can see the little Wanderlust one. I did that with the little palm tree. I did it with that. I did it over here with the luggage and the Let's Get Away. I grouped it with the little passport stamp there as well. And then you have the same idea with this vacation one. And the thing I really like about the vacation one is it has this spot here where you could write or stamp other little words or rub-ons or something inside of there. I used it to stamp the date, and then I added the, and that's going to come to me. It will. I know what that's called. You could add that there as well. And then a couple of little ways to use the palm tree. You can use just the palm tree with a word. There's the way the word summer is spelled out here on this one. There's a little bit of space between each letter. And so you can fit the little palm tree right in there. This one I grouped the 3 together here as well. And then I grouped it with the nice little label that says the details. And again, this one would be a great one. You could cut that out. You could use it to put a date in, a title, add a little word sticker or something to that one also. And then here I did sunshine and fresh air with the palm tree. So it's just switched around as far as how you layer those. And then this one, it has the summer memories with the luggage. You can also fit the sunshine and fresh air inside of it. If you stamp that in a lighter color, you can do the sunshine and fresh air in a darker color. So that is just kind of, here I layered it again. So you can get an idea of how you can layer all of those. And I encourage you just to grab some colors and start playing and start layering with them. This especially, there's really no wrong way to do this. So this, no matter what you do, this is not going to look wrong. So that's a fun way to kind of start with these stamps, I think. Okay, next up, and you'll have to excuse my sniffles, is the travel stamp. So there is a ton of stuff in here, and we're going to go through it, which is why I do these videos, to show you some of the reasons behind the way we've done the stamp sets. So there's this key fob or hotel room key fob that we had in here, and it's a 2-step stamp. So you have the outline, and then you have the solid color. I like to do the outline first and then stamp the solid color over top. It tends to be easier to line them up that way. And then what we did with that is there's a number of the little sayings that actually fit inside of that. So there's a number of ways that you can use it. There's any color combination that you want to do. You could even do it in black and white, use colored pencil or markers to fill it in. But that's what a number of these smaller sayings are, is they're designed to actually fit inside of that. And then you have the beautiful map set. You have the travelogue, which is going to be great for journaling, and then a bunch of other ones that we're going to go through. So we'll start with that little hotel room key fob. And you can see where I did it. I did just the black and white. I did the blue and the dark blue. I did the rust, and I think this was the Dijon, and then the light blue and the green. And then I did a different saying inside each one. And again, these would be really, really fun to cut out and use as die cuts. It would even be fun to almost make like a little banner on a page and run a little bit of twine or thread through them and have them all hanging together would be really cute too. But you can stamp them like this and then add another saying along the side, which is what I did here. Then let's go to the map, which I absolutely love this one. I did it in a number of different colors. And I added the adventure and then the little airplane. You can add the little geotag. I did the travel is my therapy. Here I did the let's run away together with the compass. And then the wander, wonder, repeat. And then this little stamp is almost like a little passport stamp or postal stamp as well. And that is just going to be a fun little layering. You could use that in conjunction with these stamps as well for that whole collage effect. But it's just, it adds this teeny bit of texture and dimension. So you can layer that with just about anything. But I just did it here with the map and the wander, wonder, repeat. Then the other thing is the travelogue. So the travelogue, this is going to be a lot of fun to use to add journaling or put a title in. So you can see what I did is on some of them, I added the compass or the travel more, worry less camera stamp. And you can add that inside, outside, half and half. This one I used the little trick that I showed you last month where you take just a piece of scrap paper when you're going to stamp and you lay it next to it, put your stamp down, and then it will only show up where you want it to. I did this one with the little airplane and the camera, and then the sunshine and smiles on top of. So again, you can layer these as much as you want. What else have we got? Oh, the compass. I loved this travel is my therapy over top of the compass. And then I did the plane behind. And the way I made it look like the plane is behind is I did the same idea where I just laid a piece of scrap paper and stamped over top of it. And that way it looks like it stops and starts with the little tail from the airplane. I did the airplane with the adventure here. And then a couple of the suitcase, which I thought was really cute as well. I added the adventure and then sunshine and smiles, just a simple little summer stories, and then the vacay vibes with that one. And so a lot of these, you know, the vacay vibes, the summer stories, you could combine these. You could do the wander, wonder, repeat, and then along the side you could do summer stories or the vacay vibes along the side, just like I did with that one. And then just the simple geotag with let's run away together. And then this one with the travelogue, I added the food and drinks inside of there. So you can layer those sayings all that you want. You could do the map. You could stamp this on a scrap piece of paper, cut it out, and lay it on top of the map. So many ways that you can use that. And then here is a couple more where I kind of combined some things. So I stamped the map in the blue. I added the travel is my therapy, and then the travelogue stamp that way, the compass and the wander, repeat. And then this one you can see where I combined the two stamp sets and did it that way. Same with these. I loved it with the little palm tree inside as well. I think that turned out really, really cute. And the little travel is my therapy with the airplane and the palm tree there as well. Now, the alpha set. I didn't do a ton of examples with this because it's an alpha set. You can kind of figure that out. That's not hard. But I did want to show a couple of different ways. I just picked the word beach. You could stamp adventure with the airplane there. So many different ways that you could add these sayings along with it. And then the little palm tree and layer other things behind it. And again, you can do that with with so many of these little passport stamps and stuff that you can add to it. You could stamp these and cut them out. So you could stamp them on a real subtle pattern paper and cut them out and use them as die cut letters. That would be really fun. If you use some black VersaFine ink and stamp them on a photograph, that is an effect I think would be really cool. But you don't have to do them in a straight line either. So you can see here, because they're an outline, one of the things that makes it really fun is that you can stamp them over top of each other. So you get a fun effect when you do that as well. And again, you could stamp these, color them in with marker or colored pencil too. So you could, with colored pencil, or even depending on your, you could do watercolor colored pencils. Where they meet, they'll be a different color. So if you did, for instance, if you did this one in a yellow and this one in a blue, where they meet would be a touch of green, which would be really, really neat. So there's different ways that you could use those with kind of mixed media as well. And it does have the ampersand, the question mark, and the exclamation point. So you do have a little bit with that as well. So that is a look at all of the amazing stamp sets for this month. And if you're wondering how I use them on any of my layouts, make sure you check out the 2 tutorial videos that I do for the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit and the Modern Memory Keeping Kit, where I go through some layouts that I create. And if there's any stamping on there, you'll see how I use that on my layouts as well. So have fun. Remember, that's what I keep saying over and over and over. It really does help you get more confident in your stamping, and it helps you figure out all kinds of ways to layer and get a lot more mileage out of your stamps if you take some scrap paper and just stamp. Just have fun and play, and then you'll have a lot more confidence when you go to actually use it on your products. So have a great month, and I hope you enjoy the stamps.